Hey guys, I'm Wolfie. The 49ers have signed everybody in the house. We got Brock Purdy signed. We got George Kittle signed. We got Fred Warner signed. Everybody is signed this year. We're going to check out the cap space this year, what the cap space looks like next year and the year after that to 2027 to get an idea what the 49ers are working with. Then we'll go through all the players, potential players that we can cut in the future, things of that nature. So we'll just go ahead and go through that. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into this biatch. Let's just do it. Okay. So the 49ers in 2025 have $39.1 million in cap space. Everyone was like, you can't pay everybody and you can keep everybody. Yeah, we got $39 million in cap space right now. $39 million. That's with George Kittle's contract, and that is with Brock Purdy's contract. Fred Warner's contract has not come in yet, but Fred Warner's contract is supposed to save us money in the future. So when this adjusts, this actually should go higher, or in 2026, the amount should go higher. So right now, the 49ers are in a pretty good position right now. They're only paying $9 million for Brock Purdy right now. George Kittle, they're only paying the cap number of what? Where's it at? $14.2 million right now. So they're paying some all their players right now. All the players are getting paid. Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, all them. There is nothing left for the San Francisco 49ers to approach this year, and they have $39 million in cap space. That's a phenomenal situation this year. It allows them to go out and get a player this year in the middle of the year. If the 49ers are doing well, they're looking like a Super Bowl contending team, they can go out and trade for a player who ends up on the trade block. It really opens up a lot of opportunities. But if the 49ers do not sign anybody and allow this money to roll over, because money does roll over, in 2026, they will have $6.3 million in cap space, roughly 6.4, really, to be honest with you. But that doesn't count the rollover. So the 49ers will have a lot more cap space with that rollover, also assuming that the 49ers, the NFL salary cap is going to get higher. And this is just projection because we don't know exactly what it is. This is just based on projection right now. So this number, we really don't know if it's actually $6 million, but we could definitely bet that it's going to go up. So it's not like guaranteed this number, but it's going to be close to this number for sure. Sometimes the 49ers have exponential growth where you don't see a higher cap like by like 5%, 10%, something of that nature. So this number could actually be $10 million for all we know. We'll find out in the future, of course. But right now, the projection is $6.3 million, 6.4, I should say, with a roundup, and not counting rollover. So this team is really, really in a very good situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at the free agents they have going on next year, players that they can cut to save some cap space. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Fred Warner, again, has not been adjusted yet in this situation. Trent Williams, you don't know. He could retire any moment. He could next year for sure. This year, not, but next year he could retire for sure. And if he does, it's most likely going to be a post-June 1st cut because that's $25 million, $13 million in dead cap space. So they'll save money by cutting him next year after post-June 1st. So if he were retired, they'll make it a post-June 1st situation. Next up, you got Nick Bosa. He's not going anywhere for sure. George Kittle just signed his deal. That's not happening. Brandon Ayuk, that's definitely not happening with his new contract kicking in. That's not happening there. Gross Matos will have his void year after this. They might re-sign him. They might not re-sign him. It just really depends. If he's good this year, he might get a new contract. But right now, he'd just be a $5 million dead cap space next year. Hopefully he's good, so that way we can sign him, keep him around, and hopefully save ourselves some money by signing him next year for sure. Next up, you got Brock Purdy. Everything's been signed. Everything's been dealt with. The cap space has been, it's been dealt with next year. $90 million. He'll have a cap number of $24 million next year, which is absolutely phenomenal. Christian McCaffrey, same situation, not going to get cut. Not an option there. Deommodore Lenoir, we just signed him last year. That's definitely not happening. Colton McKivitz will have his void year. If Colton McKivitz balls out this year again with Pooney, he's not going anywhere. They're going to resign Colton McKivitz. So this is due to change. So a player they're probably going to potential resign is Gross Matos and McKivitz, but they're not going to ask for top dollar, so it's not the end of the world there. Next up, you got Mikael Williams. We've got that settled already. Juwan Jennings. I'm sorry, guys. Juwan Jennings is gone. Juwan Jennings is not going to be part of this team next year, especially if he balls out. If Juwan Jennings has a down year and his market's not very high, they might be able to keep him, but he's definitely going to be making a lot more money than $8 million next year. This dude was clutch. Even though we went 6-11, he's still really important to this team. So that's just not happening. We're not keeping Juwan Jennings next year. Sorry, guys. It's just not happening. Hopefully Ricky Pearsall, Cowing, Jordan Watkins, Burgeon, someone like that steps up. Pearsall, to replace him. And there's a lot to replace there for sure. Jake Brendel, man, I mean, he can get cut. $3 million dead cap space if you were to cut him, so you wouldn't save any money if you were to do it. We'll see what happens if we go June 1st. They'd save $4.2 million if they cut him post June 1st. I mean, I've lost hope that we're cutting this guy. He's gonna play out his entire contract. We're gonna have him until he retires. This team just loves this guy too much. That's a whole other video, a whole other situation, but he would definitely be a post June 1st cut because you'd save yourself like roughly $2.9 million, something like that. So, yeah. I mean, so Trent Williams retirement post June 1st, Jake Brendel cut, you save yourself $2.9 million. Jordan Elliott, I can't see us resigning him. That's just not going to happen. Ricky Pearsall is who he is. Mac Jones is who he is. That's what it is. Same thing with Luke Farrell. We're not cutting him. I can't see that. Kyle Juszczyk, that's not happening either. Mitch Wisnowski, that's definitely a possibility, but the 49ers do save money if they get rid of him. It just depends upon his back. What's going on with his back situation? The 49ers might need to address punter next year. Demarcus Robinson, someone we signed, that's just happened. That's not going anywhere. And the rest of these contracts are just either rookies like Jair Brown, where he's not ready for a new contract yet. Ronaldo Green's not going to be ready for a new contract. Jake Moody, if he has an up year, that might change. Fingers crossed. And a lot of fans are like, no, about that. But Jake Moody's not going to be a thing. Pooney, no. Nick Martin, no. Mustafa, no. Isaac Guerrero, no. So a lot of these players, the rest of the players don't matter. Like they're not going to need new contracts. So the 49ers really, realistically, next year, the only players they're looking to re-sign next year with their $6 million contract is potentially Gross Matos or McKivitz if he were to ball out, someone that they would sign immediately as a free agent next year. Those are the only two players I can see the 49ers looking to just re-sign. Juwan Jennings, again, just to reiterate, he's going to want too much money, and we have hope one of our rookies or second-year players step up because it's time for Juwan to get paid his real money. He deserves that from the 49ers fans. He deserves to get that big money, and realistically, it's probably not going to come from the San Francisco 49ers. Just got to hope he doesn't go to a rival, man. I hope this guy does not go to a rival. He really matters to this team. Really matters to me. I'm a big fan of his. George Odom's old as shit. He's got to probably get cut at some point. Is there anyone else? There's really nobody else. It's quite literally just Gross Matos and Colton McKivitz are the only two players signing. So that's a great situation because the 49ers not going to – sorry, not 49ers, but McKivitz and Gross Matos are not going to ask for a shit ton of money. So they can work with this kind of type of cap hit, especially not considering the rollover, the upside of the actual projection where it looks like, we project like, hey, it's going to be this much cap, but it seems to always be higher than that for the past 2 years. So the 49ers might get like $10 million here, not counting the rollover as well. They'll have plenty enough money to sign depth players like McKivitz and Gross Matos. Gross Matos would have to have 10 sacks, right? Like 10 tackles for a loss and just have a phenomenal season for him to get out of reach for us if he were to play good. He just plays good. We could definitely resign him, be like a $6 million cap hit to $5 million cap hit 1 year. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Colton McKivitz, the same thing. He's not going to ask for a shit ton of money. He's probably be like somewhere between $5 to $10 million if he were to ball out and play really good. So I wouldn't look too much. It's just these two players. It's really just these two players the 49ers need to potentially sign in the future if they were to ball out. Here is a list of all the players that currently will be free agents next year, just so you can get an idea of it. Well, McKivitz's not on here. and Gross-Matos is not here because they have void years, so it doesn't show those players. So let's go ahead and look at them and see if there's any of them that you want to keep in the end that potentially the 49ers could re-sign or want to keep. Pinnock, I don't see it. He like these two players here would have to ball out. I mean, have a crazy year. Burford, I could see him not making the team next year. This Petit, for like these guys have potential. So they really need to ball out. Like these 4 players need to ball out. Ben Bartch, these top 5 players have potential to make the team next year, but they're not going to ask for a crap ton of money. I just do not see that at all. Trey Brown can make the team as well. Kevin Givens, I can see him being gone. Matt Hennessy, there's a lot of faith in that guy to take Brendel's job. Fingers crossed we could re-sign him. Russell Gage is gone. Hodges is gone. Dillard's gone. Avery Weeks. There's no big player here. Samo could come back. That's a big one. Again, not going to cost us a lot of money. Trent Taylor, Dwelly's probably going to be gone. Kalia Davis, Terrion Jackson, Gifford, Evan Anderson. If he balls out, he's probably going to get a second contract. But again, probably not going to break the bank there. Braden Willis, Austin Pleasance. I mean, again, it's a question mark there. See if there's anyone else that kind of stands out. Jalen Mahoney, man, I'm a big fan of him. He was ERFA there. CJ West still hasn't signed his contract yet. Alarcon, Drake Nugent, potentially big fan of him. Supposed to take the job of Jake Brendel, potentially. Pline, Mordecai, Owens, Deshaun White, and Alfred Collins, who also has a signed contract. So Collins and West have not signed their contract yet, but they will. That's going to happen. But there is no player here the 49ers absolutely need to sign where it's going to break the bank and they have to do something crazy. There is no player here next year. So the 49ers are in a great, excellent situation right now when it comes to free agents this year and next year, signing everyone they need to except for those 2 rookies. But next year, man, with their cap space and their situation, all they have to do is players will have to pop off. And even if these players pop off, they're not going to cost a lot of money or take a huge cap hit against this team. There is no huge guy that stands out the 49ers absolutely need to keep. There's no crazy cap hit guys out there next year. So what the 49ers did, man, for this year, only have $6 million. That's phenomenal. What the 49ers did is they're able to keep everybody, know what they have to do next year, and be like, hey, if people want a new contract, we'll sign them next year, and we'll move the cap hit to 2027, where they're at $28 million, and use some of that cap hit with rollover if they were to sign somebody next year in 2026. So like if this guy, let's say Burford balls out, plays left guard, does a really good job, he'll probably like $5 million, $4 million next year in 2027, I should say. I keep saying next year. In 2027, he'll probably have a $4 or $5 million cap hit, while this year he'll have like a $1 million to $2 million cap hit. So that way the $6 million is not so bad. The 49ers love to roll over their cap, backload it, which is great for them because next year, man, it's all question marks. This is the perfect situation they're in right now, where they don't have to sign anybody crazy. They don't have to give someone a $6 million cap hit. They don't have to give someone like Brock Purdy a $9 million cap hit or Fred Warner or anything like that. They're in an excellent situation right now, the 49ers are, when it comes to cap space and their upcoming free agents. They truly, honestly are. Maybe next offseason, they're going to start maybe signing players like Jair Brown next year in the offseason. Not in the offseason, sorry, in the middle of the year. Players in that, where the Jake Moody kind of year, whatever, is next year. The Jake Moody, Jair Brown year is next year in the middle of the season. Maybe give them a contract in the middle of the year if they're good or not. If not, they'll probably be free agents, I believe, the year that next year. If not, the year after that. So they're in a excellent situation when it comes to where their players are, who they have to sign, with their cap situation. This is manageable. This is absolutely manageable. What the 49ers did was backload it absolutely perfectly. I'm so excited about this team. This 49ers set themselves up for a bright future, a great future, and their situation. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of what they did. We signed all the players we need to. Got just the 2 rookies we have to worry about. The $6 million, whatever projected contract money doesn't count the rollover, so that could change. I mean, this 49ers team has set themselves up for a great future where it's going to have to take a bloody miracle for some of these players to just have a crazy season where we're not going to be able to sign them if they actually turn out to be good. Like truly, they would have to have the craziest season, be an all pro or whatever to get like max contracts where we're going to have a $9 million cap hit to like $6 million cap hit to keep some of these players in 2026. And I just don't see that. So the 49ers are in an excellent situation. I actually absolutely love this for the 49ers. Let me know what you guys think. Is there a player in free agency next year that you think that the 49ers should sign? Who are the players that the 49ers should sign? Or do you love this deal for Brock Purdy and George Kittle? Still waiting on the Fred Warner deal, which from what I've heard is supposed to save us money for the next 2 years or whatever, because I like to backload things, and I've heard like $9 million in cap space will save us, something like that. We'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this cap situation. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's mid? Do you think the 49ers can still keep their team together, the nucleus together, and have a dominant team? Let me know in the comments. All love, guys. I'll see you next vid. Bang, bang, not a gang.